So let's find the domain and range of this function that's graphed here. So domain, let's do the domain in green. The domain means what x values the function is defined for. So the x values that the function is defined for. Okay, so what x values is it defined for? Well, the way I do that is I draw vertical lines because those give me the x values. If I draw a vertical line there, that's at about maybe -7. Mm-hmm. Is the function defined at -7?
No.
No. How about -6?
No.
No. How about -5?
Yeah.
Nope. Because that's an open circle.
Oh,
so it's not defined there.
4?
But it's defined for -4.99999999998. In other words, it's defined for everything just to the left of -5 all the way up to +3 and including +3. So the domain is from -5 not including, so I put an open parenthesis there, to +6 including, so I put a bracket parentheses. So that's the domain.
Isn't it to 3, not 6?
Sorry, I was looking at 6. Yeah, it's to 3.
Okay.
Now I'm looking at it upside down. Thank you. It's to 3. Good. It's to 3. Okay. The range, do the same thing, but now start on the bottom. So let's start on the bottom and with horizontal lines. Because this tells me at let's say 8. At -8, is it defined? Does it touch it at -8?
No.
No. How about -7?
No.
How about -6?
No.
-5? -4?
Is it open parenthesis?
It's open, right. It's not defined at -4, but how about at -3, -2, -1, and everything in between, of course, right? I'm only stopping at the integers, but everything in between.
Yeah.
And how about, where does it end?
+6.
At +6. So it goes from -4 to +6, but +6 is not included, or sorry, -4 is not included. So it's from -4 to +6. That's your range.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, let's look at another one. Let's find the domain and range for this graph. Let's do the same thing that we did before. For the domain, I'm going to draw horizontal lines, or vertical lines rather, starting left. Does it touch over here?
Mm-mm.
Does it touch here? No, no, no. And right when I get to 4, it still doesn't touch, but as soon as I get to the right of 4, it's going to start touching. So let's start writing our domain by saying, starting at -4, but not including it, so it's an open parentheses, or regular parentheses, and then it keeps going. Watch what it does. How about at 3? Is it defined at 3?
Up there, but not down there.
It sure is. It's defined up here, and it better not also be defined down here, because then it wouldn't be a function. Remember, functions, you can't draw a line through a function a vertical line. Remember the vertical line test for functions?
Okay.
So that's why it has to be an open circle there. But it doesn't stop there. It just jumps down, but it doesn't matter. Where does it end?
7.
Including 7, right?
Yeah.
And that's it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now the range is a little bit trickier. The range for this one, it's going to start here. No, no, no. I'm doing horizontal lines starting at -infinity. When I get here, let's call that -3. When I get to -3, is it defined at -3?
Yeah.
It sure is. It's defined at -3, but only that point. See how that's a horizontal line? So I'm going to write a set. I'm going to write -3 like a set.
Okay.
Union, which means and, right? And then it jumps. It doesn't. Here it's not defined between -3 and -2, but at -2, it gets defined again. So is it an open or a closed bracket?
Closed.
Closed bracket at -2, and then it goes up. Watch what happens here. Does it matter that that's an open circle there?
No.
Right, because it's going to hit it over here.
Yeah.
So that's where it ends. Oh, I didn't put a point there. Let's call that 5.
Okay.
So -2 to 5. You may or may not need this set notation here. You could maybe just do 3 union -2 to 5. That's your range.
Yeah.
Okay? So there's a couple examples of domain and range.